I'm unemployed. But it wasn't always this way, and I figured we kind of go over a little bit of my past employments. My first job ever, my second job ever, and my third job ever. Meanwhile, we will be playing the greatest game ever made. This is Super Monkey Ball Gaiden, right? You thought it was 2. It's not. It's probably the greatest story ever told. We're unfortunately going to be skipping all of the narrative sections. We're going to be focusing on me. Okay, that sounds horrible. Wow, how self-conceited I am for that. Anyways, let's just jump right in. My first job ever was, like actually as like an employee of someone. I mean, I like mowed lawns for a little bit. With like $10 a lawn, it was a little bit not enough. It was just kind of like a little summer gig to save up for a little DS, right? And that's what I did. It was very fun. But my first actual employment, the first time I was ever employed as an employee, which is what they call people that are employed, is I was a tennis instructor. And none of you guys know me because it's my first video, except for all the people that I know that will be watching it, which is a redundant thing to say. You will know you might suppose that I am not a tennis player, and that's because I'm not. I never played tennis. I mean, some of my buddies were state champs, and that's sort of how I got in. It was at a country club. It was a really nice, I don't know if I can yap and do this at the same time, twins. Let me rock it real quick. Also, the music goes so unbelievably dummy here. Like I was saying, I figured it out. I was How? Okay, we're gonna have to lock in a little bit on the level. Let's retry this. Boom. I don't think that's gonna work. No, I think we're gonna have to just retime it. Or, hear me out. This is a method I learned back in Nom. Hey! Oh, so close. Not quite though. Okay. I was a tennis instructor. It was an awesome gig. My friends had worked there the summer prior, and I was just like, dude, I know Jathan. Crazy name, by the way. Love that man to bits. He's married. He was tennis champ. He coached. I pulled up to the function. I was like, dude, I know Jathan. And they're like, oh, seriously? You got the job, twin. They didn't even ask me anything. They just, I don't know if they assumed I was a tennis player. I don't know. But basically, it was more of a babysitting job than anything. Just because they were like 5-year-olds to like 11-year-olds. It was kind of the age range. And we'd go, it was like a summer camp. Was it the best job I ever had? Yes. Honestly, I was being paid like $25 an hour. I didn't have to work Fridays. Okay, like the hours weren't great, but the job itself was so dummy easy. Oh, there we go. There we go, twins. The thing that was a bit strange, so first week I was by myself. I didn't have Jathan there with me to tell me how it worked. So first thing I did, I was like, I have no training. I don't know how to play tennis either. These kids are probably a little bit better than I am. So naturally, I'm like, hey, who was here last summer, guys? Oh, my mug, this is crazy. Beautiful level design, guys. Beautiful. I'm a critic, and this is beautiful. Like I was saying, I was like, hey guys, who was here last summer? And they're like, me. And like the 11-year-olds raise their hand. What was y'all's favorite game what was y'all's favorite activity that we did in the tennis section of this camp? And they were like, I was like, all right, sweet. Who wants to explain the rules of that to the group? Yeah, I freaking played them because I had literally no idea what to do. I was all by myself. So yeah, I did that. They gave me free food. I carpooled there because it was like 50 minutes away with my buddies. It was honestly go-to job. Some of the kids were annoying as a mug. Annoying as an actual twin. but some of them were very cute and adorable, and we became good friends. Unfortunately, they are very young. That raises some problems, so we are no longer in contact. What the? Did y'all see that? Okay, well, we know to full send it now. So yeah, it was my first job, tennis instructor. It's on my resume, so I don't know what that adds really to my resume. Anyways, next job, I was a milkman. All right, you're already seeing the variety here. I was a milkman in the only grocery store where I grew up. It's a very small town, so it was a very small department. I was head of the milk, juices, teas, and dairy products. Also eggs. So I called myself the milkman because I spent most of the time in the fridge with the milk itself. It would come with boxes. Sometimes if the milk wasn't, oh, we have to send this. Yes! Okay, sometimes if like the boxes came in and the milk wasn't filled to the actual gallon, we weren't allowed to sell them. So I would get a lot of free milk, which was goated. Weirdly enough, I had some friends there. It's a big employer. He was a big employer, Mr. Porter, who owned Porter's, the store that I worked at as a milkman. A very big employer of high school students. So a couple of my buddies were there. I don't want to dox them, but total homies. I don't talk to them as much anymore, which is a little bit sad. One guy though, I didn't know him very well. Oh, this is tight. Yapping and doing this at the same time is no small feat. Catch the bananas. Do you know they're actually Dole bananas? Like they have the little Dole. They're sponsored or something. I don't know. I didn't work with Mr. Togihiro. Just kidding. I just didn't know that name. That is extremely racist. I'm so sorry. But I did know his name. I just forgot. What was I saying? Where was I? Yeah. One of the guys there, I never knew him. He was far out of high school, which is strange because almost everyone there was a high school student, except for like the managing staff. But he was like 27. I don't know. He felt like he was 27. The only thing he talked to me about was Sonic, and I think the reason he talked to me about that was because I mean, most of the time here, think about it yourself. If someone were to come up to you and like just start talking about like Sonic the Hedgehog, like the comics, the games, the cartoon, everything, like fan fiction, like he would like ask me questions like, what type of Sonic would you want to be? I don't even know what that meant at the time. Of course I do now after spending like a whole summer with him. I think the reason he decided to talk to me is because I didn't push him away. You know, here I am playing Super Monkey Ball Gaiden, which is way cooler and more socially acceptable than Sonic, but regardless, I don't discriminate. So I was like, dude, shoot your shot. I mean, I don't think he was shooting his shot per se, but I let him talk about Sonic to me. And the other two, they were in a relationship. They were awesome. One of them is really good at fighting games. It was a weird vibe. Oh wait, I'm not even sure what to do here. Here guys, can I just lock in for 1 second? Okay, cool. Let's get some manners. Okay, I think we just have to click all the buttons. And we should be good. Oh, I totally just sniped that button. Oh! Freaking sick. And the music is sick. I feel awesome. Alright. Enough of the milkman. I loved it. I gotta stay in the fridge, and in the fridge, there's no camera, so I can be on my phone. I know, a bit dishonest, but they were not paying me well. I got like 9 dongers an hour, which was not enough for the milk I was hauling. But I love the fridge. Okay, I said we're gonna stop talking about that. Okay, I'm sick. Look at this. Oh! First attempt, even though it was not even quite right. Third job. We take a freaking zoomer, like a swan dive in quality. I worked in the oil field. Right. Not awesome. You're probably thinking, oh, you're probably dummy rich. I was until I spent it all because I'm unemployed now, and that seemed too easy. Anyways, I worked in the oil field. I worked on the rigs. I wasn't a rig hand, if you know what that is, which is the worst one that you can be. But I was a lay down hand. Look it up. Just kidding. You can't. You can like look up YouTube videos for a lay down hand. Oh, it's the little bouncers. Beware of the bouncers. Boingy. But all right, World 1, guys. I know I kind of hyped it up. It is a bit rudimentary. It picks up the pace. I don't know if we really want to start World 2. I've already been yapping for a while. Anyways, in the oil field as a lay-down hand, I worked with who? I worked with Diego and... oh my gosh, what was his other name? Well, not Diego's other name, but I had another freaking co-worker. Diego and Junior. Oh my gosh, these guys are the GOAT. Oh, this narrative part is just... everyone is doing their best to survive. Yeah. Sorry, that was a bit of a spoiler because we didn't watch the first part. Yeah, Diego and Junior, they would just play Clash of Clans and this really weird South Park beat 'em up, it kind of looked like. I don't know, like deck builder beat 'em up. Anyways, pretty cool. We would sit in the truck a whole lot, but whenever we weren't, I was hauling pipe. I was taking pipe, okay? I took pipe like, oh yeah, it's picking up steam. I was hauling freaking pipe, taking pipe like no one's ever took it. And let's just say, not the most ideal. I got very dirty every day. On my first job ever, we pull up to the rig. I would explain to you what it is, but it's so hard. I couldn't even explain to you like my first couple weeks there. I just did it. Like I had no idea what was going on though. My first job ever, we pull up to the rig. I'm doing my job, and then the rig freaking explodes. I'm not even joking. You can look up like a rig, like I don't even know exactly what it's called. It's not like an explosion per se. Like don't think of like Optimus Prime, like freaking RKOing an oil rig. I imagine like a volcano of oil and chemicals and gross water and oh, it's just horrible. Yeah, that it just rained down on me, and oil is very hot when it comes out of the ground. So yeah, it was like raining molten lava on me, and it never came out of my clothes. That underwear, I had to retire it. So I worked there for a summer, got dummy rich because overtime. I'm making like 27 an hour on overtime because I was making like 19 an hour, and I'm working like 60 hours a week or more. Oh frick. But honestly, I'd go back. Better than summer sales. Just kidding. I don't know. Did summer sales for summer. We're not gonna go there though. I've had a couple other jobs. I'm currently unemployed, or you could say I am a full-time plasma donator. I do it for the love of the sport and to help others in need. Oh, frick. But yeah, twins, I think we're just gonna stop it here. Let's just go to look at the stages where we're at. Yeah, we'll call it quits. Laters, twin. I made a video.